Hey, what's up everybody? This is Gary from DIY Dollar Bills. And what I'm going to do in this video is right from scratch, I'm going to create a spreadsheet that's going to track all my expenses and sales off eBay, Mercari, or Poshmark. And hopefully you can copy out what I'm doing. I've, in the past, been pretty good with computers and stuff like that with spreadsheets. So I'm going to create one from scratch. I know a lot of people have one out there. There's stuff you can buy, and people have one out there that they give away. But when they give those away, and when there's some kind of update or something like that, something could go wrong. So I'm not going to give this away. What I would like you to do is you can pause the video at various points and just copy exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm doing this right off the top of my head. There's no pre-formatted index cards I'm reading off of. I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. And hopefully remember everything that's supposed to go into a spreadsheet. It's going to be pretty simple. All right, so let me minimize this window. And here's my Excel spreadsheet right there. All right, so columns. So we have columns here. Column A, obviously, I'm going to put source. The source would be eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari. Those are the three places I sell from. Column 2, I'm going to put the item or product / product. All right. Column 3 is going to be the sale. Now I just want to say on this spreadsheet, I'm not doing individual costs per item because we're going to have an expense of everything. I want to keep it simple so you get a total breakdown of the taxes. Not other taxes, the profits or losses that you have in any particular month. All right. This is also going to be a two-part video. One part I'm going to no, you know what? It's not going to be a two-part video. I'm going to do this in one part, but I'm going to pause a part of the video because there's a special section with a special formula that I want to put in here. So I'm going to pause the video. I forget off the top of my head how to do it and look that up when I get to that point. All right. So we put the sale. We're going to put the fees. Okay. In column E, we're going to put the profit. Okay. Let's see when here we're going to put total profit. All right. Total profit's going to be the total of everything in profit column. I'm not worried about total sales and total fees. You can put total sales minus total, your total sales minus your total fees could equal your total profit. But I figure it'd just be easier to add everything in here. Okay. Total profit. We're going to put source. Okay. This source here, let me change this to source and say platform. So you know where you sold it on. So that way you can have, if you have it on Amazon or wherever you sell, OfferUp, whatever you do, you can put it there. Okay. Source. This is where you're sourcing a product from. I'll put cost here. And I'm going to put another little column here with mileage. Now, mileage is not something, remember, this is a sheet for your tax purposes. Of course, keep all your receipts to everything you do. But your total mileage of driving around, getting what you're going to get if you drive, if you don't have everything shipped to you, is going to be, I had to sneeze there and pause the video. Little bit of allergies. But your total mileage for each day, put here, you could put insert, right click, insert a column, date, mileage, date. In here, I want to put insert a column. Let's see, insert date sold. Let's go back up. Let me put these down a little bit. I don't need the column so wide for numbers. Fees, profit, total profit. Source, may want a wider column, you never know. Cost, mileage, date, mileage. Oh, think. All right, total profit. And I think I'm going to put a column here. Insert final profit. Final profit is going to, this is the total profit of sales. Total, we'll change this to total sales profit. Total sales profit, final profit. This is the number you're going to be the most concerned with right here in this column. All right, let me make it a little more. Bold that out a little bit. Center all the lines. So you see bold. This is centering here. Okay, so we have it. The platform, you know, where you sold it on. Let's shorten that a little bit. Item product, I'll probably go a little longer. You can put a date. Now what I'm going to do here is anything that deals with dollars. Sales, fees, profit. Total sales profit, final profit. Okay. I'm going to scroll over those, highlight the whole column, all those columns, right click. I'm going to put format cells, and I'm going to put a currency, $2 with a dollar sign. So anything I type in any of these sections will have, if I put $2, a dollar sign. All right. So, all right, and I'm also going to do that for the cost here. So, format cells, currency, 2 decimal places with a dollar sign, bang. All right, so this is a pretty quick way of doing it. Like I said, this video is not going to take all that long. All right, so sale minus fees equals profit. So in this column here, okay, this column here is D column minus the E column. So up here for D2, I'm going to put D2 minus E2. All right. Whoops. Equals D2 minus E2. If you see what it here, took the blue D2 and the green E2 up here. D2 minus E2. Now, if you're using a different column, just use the column number that sits here. All right, if you're using C for sale and E for fees, C2 minus E2. So D2 minus E2 will sit here. I'll hit enter. Already showing 0 because there's nothing here. And what I'm going to do, watch what happens. I'm going to highlight that column. I'm going to push it on down. All right. So what it does is on this column here on F3, it will put up D3 minus E3, and it will do that, and you can spread it down. Now, how I do this is month by month. All right. So month by month, I'm going to, you can go as far down as you want with this. So can you do 1,000 sales in a month? Right now I have it at 685. I'll stop there. 685 sales in a month. If you run out of room, all you have to do is keep spreading it down. That's all. So you just hit the column. In fact, you can go to the bottom, hit that bottom one, and you can hit that little black mark there and just keep spreading it down. Spread it down. So you can do that forever and ever if you want. All right. Now, my total sales profit right here will be my total of everything in this column. So how do you do that? How do I do that? In what I put in the G2 column here is equals sum parentheses F2 colon, all right, F. Now remember, I went down to like 700 something, I guess, but I'm going to put F1000. Close parentheses. So what happens here is everything. This is going to be one number that sits in this column right here. Okay, so one number sits in this column. So say I put 3 and 50 cents. All right, 250 profit, 250 profit. Now what if I put 100 here, $100 sale with $21 in fees, $79. 79 plus 250 equals 81.50. So as you put in your sales and your fees down here and add to your profit for each item here, okay? Now remember, everything here is going to be, you're not going to worry about individual costs in this case, especially if you're, beginning doing this, because some things you're going to sell that you're going to lose a little money on. The majority of things that you pick up is the things you want to make money on. So if you have old stuff that you want to get rid of, and you know you're going to lose it, I don't put it in. I wouldn't put it in because it makes you, it puts a little negativity in your head. Oh, I bought something for $5 and I sold it for $4. You got rid of it. If it's been sitting in your shelf for 2 years or something like that, you got rid of it. Let it go. All right. So this is just an example. I could put, date sold, by the way. I want to put another column over here, by the way. Insert date of source. So the purchase date, basically. So date sold in the C column, I want to format the cells, and I want to format it. Depends on where you live in the world, but in the United States, we just use month, date, year. So I put in a date of 12/26. 12/26/2020. It just puts it in automatically. Date of source, 2/8, February 8th. Whoops. Messed that one up. Format, date. There we go. That's better. 2/8. All right. Remember, if there's anything, just pause the video and see what I did. And that's it. All right, so total profit. Now, what I'm going to do is insert one more column in here, right in here. I'm going to change this from cost to expense. All right, and I'm going to go here. I want to put them right next to each other. Insert total expense. Same thing over here. So my expense here, I want to format, make sure both of these are reformatted back to currency. Yes. You don't have to reformat. I just do it anyway. You don't have to reformat if you move cells around. By the way, if I took this cell right here, D, say I inserted, D becomes E, but look, nothing changes. So what happened? This E2 became E2 minus F2. So if you move columns, insert columns, delete, well, if you delete one of the formula columns, you're going to get an error, or you're going to get a 0. So you can insert columns and you don't have to redo the formulas. All right, so I'll take this, I'll delete this column back, it'll change back to D2 minus E2, insert it for E2 if it moves everything over. All right, I can do mileage date. I can actually, expense is going to be a short one. I want to see all my columns here. So mileage is going to be a real short one. Source, I'm going to extend that out. Be the name of where I got it from. Okay, so my final profit. Let's go to expense. Expense, $53.20. $100. And we'll just say this came from Goodwill. just a fraud. eBay. I sold an item on Poshmark. I sold an item on Mercari. Right. The item was on eBay was headphones. Be more descriptive in there. This is a shirt on Poshmark. On Mercari was a tablet. All right. So the headphones, I'll make a more realistic price. Let's say $43. Let's say fees were fees. Oh, what we also wanted to have a separate column for, more importantly, is okay. This is going to change some formulas here. So I almost forgot something very important. Insert shipping. Now remember, if you give free shipping, this is especially important. It's important either way. Your total sale is going to be the amount you get paid totally. So if you spend $39.90, $40 plus $5 shipping, you got $45 to put in this column. So we'll say those headphones I sold for $40 was $5 shipping. All right. The fees were, we'll say we'll just say 5.60 or something like that. And the shipping was 3.83. Okay, now look, we have to change this formula right here. So this formula right here is D2 minus E2, and now minus the shipping minus F2. So as you see, as I'm creating it for my head, there's your true profit right there. The shirt was $100. Fees on Poshmark, $20. There was no shipping. There's no shipping on Poshmark. They cover that for you. It's 20%. And what we do here is we're going to take the new formula. We're going to stretch that sucker right over what we did before. Okay. So everything here, if I go down here, you see D711 minus E711 minus F711. All right, so I have 711 rows. All right, my total sales profit moved over, added up all the G's instead of the F's now, since I moved the profit column over to G. So you're G2 to G1000. All right, it could be 711 since I went up to, but you may stretch it down and get 1,000 sales in a month and stuff. If you start getting that high in amount of sales, you may want to consider investing in some kind of inventory software at that point. But this is for people, if you're doing 10 packages a day or something like that, this is perfectly fine for you. All right. Okay, so we'll do a source of Goodwill. We'll do 888 lots, and we'll do a source of, we bought this on 2/6. We bought this on 3/23, and in March of April 5th, we went and bought something from Quick Lots, something like that. All right, Goodwill was 53.20. 88 lots was 400. Quick Lots was 200. Okay. So that's the expenses. Don't worry about mileage and mileage. That is to keep track for your taxes at the end of the year. You give that to your accountant, or you figure that in if you do your own taxes. How many miles did you drive for business concerning your reselling business? All right. So we have expenses 53.20 or 400. Now you're not going to need a total of 1,000, but your total expense, of course, is going to be your M column. So sit right here. We're going to go up. We're going to hit that J2, where I have this currently right now, or wherever your total expenses. This is why it's important that you title your columns. All right. So if you move stuff around, you know where they're always at. So J2, my total expense, equals, all right, equals sum column of M2. You see where the blue line happened over here? I'm pointing at, like you can see where I'm pointing. Use them around. M2 to M, and I'm going to go 1,000. You're not going to make 1,000 purchases in the sheet. If you do, you're some kind of crazy. All right, then you need to use a spreadsheet, but I do it anyway. Might as well cover your whole thing. M2 to M1000. Enter. $653.20 is what you spent here. It's simple. All you have to do in your final profit is going to be your profit minus your expense. So in your final profit, your I column here is equals, all right, your total sales profit, which is in your H column, H2 minus total column, your total expense in your J column, J2. Enter. Your profit is negative $537.63. But as you add, now, here it is. You bought this stuff already. You've listed everything. All right. There's a way that I simply track my inventory using eBay. eBay has a SKU column. In the SKU column, as you see, some of my shelves that I have back here behind me have pieces of tape on them. Those tape have writing on it. On that writing is a number. That number goes in my SKU column, so I know where everything is. I cross-list a lot of stuff on Poshmark and Mercari, so if something sells on Mercari, I still know where it is. Sometimes in the description, I'll just put a little parentheses with the code, or if I forget, I just go back to the eBay where I'm going to delete it and find it up here, and it goes to Mercari. So the SKU column on eBay, I use that for my inventory system. All right, it's a simple and easy way of doing it. When you put it up, you don't put it on a shelf until you list it, and when you list it in the SKU column on your listing on eBay, type in number your shelves and type in where you're going to place your product, so you know where it is. All right. All right. So 1226. We'll say this. So we're going to make this 226. 226. We're going to do 328, and then the tablet cost. Now watch what happens to my final profit here. It's negative right now. Let's go 4, 6. I sold the tablet for $325. The fees were, I sold it on Mercari. The fees were $36, and the shipping was we'll just say $10. Bang. Now as you see, my profit went up. My final profit came up as well. All right, the number went from negative 5 something. It took 279 off of that, make it 258. So as you add columns here, you see the 279 got added. If I take back this number here, this number here, and this number here, minus 547. But if I undo, whoops, let's go back to the 400. Let's do $36 in fees. All right, sale for 400, fees for 36, shipping for 10. I put 400 there instead of 325, but whatever. All right, let's put 325 back because that's more realistic with the fees from Mercari. If you sell something like that, $36 in fees, $10 makes it 258. And as you add more items here that sell across, keep putting items here, this number will change. As you buy more stuff over here, right? Put in the data source, you fill this column, this number, and this number will change. So I'll say it again. Sell more items, you put them here. This number and this number will change. Buy more items, you put them in the columns here. This number and this number will change. This number, I'm going to put it into, I'm going to highlight it in red. All right. Now, I'm going to pause this video and come back to it because there's two things I want to do. One, I want to do a month by month spreadsheet, meaning I don't want to do a whole year on one Excel spreadsheet. Probably fine to do a quarter, but I'm going to do it month by month, and then I can separate out the quarters, right? To create more spreadsheets and put a final number. Just one single spreadsheet with each month's profit and losses, just the numbers, all right? Your mileage, I should spell mileage properly, shouldn't I? Mileage. Here we go. That's better. Okay, so you have your mileage for each month, right? Let's say for Goodwill, I drove 20 miles. For Goodwill, I drove 0 for this. I drove 0 for that. I made a mistake. Mileage 20, 0 here, 0 here. The date that I drove the mileage was 2/6. We're going to change that date format to the way I like it. Format, date. Here we go. There's no mileage here. There's no mileage here. Okay, so on 2/6, I drove 20 miles. All right. Sometimes you drive mileage somewhere, and say, for example, on 3/23, you drove out somewhere and you drove 50 miles, but you've got nothing. All right. So the mileage date here, your mileage date. Now, there's a reason I'm not doing total miles on this sheet. All right, because that's going to go on the total sheet, which is going to be another piece of paper, which is going to track all your final profits for each month. And for each month, I'm going to highlight if you end up negative in a month, this is going to be red. If you're positive for a month, this is going to be green. So I'm going to pause the video, research that real quick, and I'm going to come back and show you that. And then that'll be it. Hey, this is Gary. Okay, so after pausing the video there, I figured out two things. One is a pretty cool option that you can use on your Excel spreadsheet. So first of all, I want to say that I've named at the very bottom left of the spreadsheet here, you see where I name January for each month, February, March. I'll right click here, insert a new worksheet. These are worksheets. So insert worksheet here. All right, and you right click rename April 21, and I will rename May 21. This is 2020. This is my 2021 form here, right? Now, what I'm going to do for example here, and what you should do, is take a copy. Let's rehash everything we've done on the spreadsheet for each column. Okay, the first column is the platform where you're selling: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, wherever you're selling it. Second is the item of the product. You can have the name, the title of the product or description. I just put, quick stuff here. The date that you sold it, the sale price, your fees, okay, your shipping. Let me take this out here. Oh, we're going to get to this in a second here. All right. You sell your fees, your shipping, okay. And remember, in the profit column, we have a formula. If you look at here, the formula is this column minus this column minus this column. So we have equals D2 minus E2 minus F2. Total still. If I go to the end a little bit here, I made a mileage total column, which is basically, okay, everything in the mileage column, which in this case, the mileage column is O. So that will equal the sum of O2 colon, and I put the O1000. Okay, that's for people who have 1,000 sales in a month. If you have more, you can just stretch, hit this, and drag down. You can just continue to drag down. So if I clicked in this column, you see the blue line? I will go all the way down. Keep going. See the blue line because I put 1000. Keeps going, like the Energizer Bunny. And going to 1000. Here you see it stops. This is the 1000 line right here. All right. Let's go back up really quick. All right. Now, total sale profit, the profit here for each line. Remember, when you put the profit in the first column, then all you have to do is drag it on down. You don't have to copy the formula out for each one. Total sale profit, that is going to be the sum of everything in this column. So when you did the mileage total, it's the sum. Equals sum, parentheses, of G2, okay, to G1000. So if I click here, it's going to add up the sum of this. All right, enter to get out of that. Total expense is the sum of everything in this column. So in here we have the date of purchase, the date of your source, the source, the expense, okay. Here's date of mileage and the mileage you used on that day. This is your total expense column, which is going to be the sum of everything in the M column, in the expense column here. All right. All right. Your final profit here is your total profit, sales profit, minus your total expense. Easy enough. 1394.57. 653 minus 653.20. All right. Now, what I suggest you do at this point is you make your extra pages all the way to December. Okay, so you have it for a year. So right click, insert a worksheet. All right, you can slide them around a little bit. All right, rename June 21. For our purposes here, I'm going to stop at 6 months. Okay, now what I'll do on the first worksheet here is right at the very top corner above your row numbers, click that arrow. It highlights the whole sheet. All right, then right click and click copy. Then what you should do at this point is go to each column, each page, each new worksheet, and you right click, paste special, paste. You paste right there. Okay, it looks like a little page with a folder there, paste. Okay, and you're going to do this for each section. Or if you're on a I don't know what it is on a Mac, but on a Windows, you hold Control V. Okay, Control V. All right. Now I'm even copying the examples that are in there. But what this does is copies over the whole worksheet, the page and everything. So it copies over. It copies over the whoops. So it copies over all the formulas, everything you did for each month separately. All right. So right now we have 6 months. You're going to do it up to 12 months, and we're pretty much almost done, except for 2 optional free things you can do. Now, if you noticed here when I messed around with this number here before, it went red, right? Oh, if this ever happens where, see that's because the column's too small. Just stretch out the column. Okay, you can expand the column. What I did was your final profit number, that's your main number. That's the number for the month. All right, so what I did was just you can change the font size here. But how did I change the color? Now, I have mine set for green is red profit. Green is for profit, and red is for loss. So you know that you're losing money that month or making money that month. And here's how you do that. In your final profit section, it's only going to be one number. You don't have a whole column of stuff. We're going to click here on the number. Well, let me show you. I just put 1,000 there just to give an example. But if I take that 1,000 out, minus 258. All right. If I add 1,000, it turned red. Whoops. Fees made it even worse. Now, if you, like I said, if you get numbers here and it starts, you can't see the numbers, start stretching it back out. All right. If I put 2,000 here, okay. So how do I get that to happen? All right. So I will click in the final profit section, and then what I will do is I will go here, conditional formatting. Click on conditional formatting, down to manage rules. All right, remember, pause this video anytime you need. And what you're going to do is click new rule. All right. The next section you click is format only cells that contain. All right. And then you're going to click cell value greater than 0. Then we click OK. Whoops, I messed up. Let's erase that. Delete rule. Start over. New rule. Format cells to only. All right. Greater than. Remember, format only cells that contain. It's the second one. Greater than 0. And then click format. Any number that goes up here that's greater than 0, I want it to be the color green. Hit OK. All right, and hit OK. All right, I already have them here, but I'm showing you how it's done. I'm going to click New Rule again. Format cells that contain. Format only cells that contain less than 0. Now you can put less than or equal to, because 0 is a negative number or 0 is a positive number if you break even. So you can use a greater than or equal to or less than equal to. I don't know what will happen if you put them both those for 0, which will change. Maybe you just allow Excel to choose it, but we're not going to bother that. I just put less than. If the number happens to be 0, it'll probably be black, and I don't care. This is just a nice little added feature. So seeing the green go means you're going, you're moving along. Red means you need to get ready to move along. Or, sometimes red is a good thing. If you need inventory, you're getting a lot of inventory, you may have red in 1 month where you don't make money because you spend money. You spend a lot more money than you made. That happens sometimes. All right. So we're going to put your less than 0 format. Okay. And the color, we're going to make that red. And now hit OK. And that's it. Hit OK. And then you hit apply. I'm going to erase these two because I already have them duplicated. Those two rules duplicated. But then you would hit apply and hit OK. Boom. That's it. Pause the video along the way just to get through that straight. But anytime, now if I take these numbers out, all right, 258, 63. I have one final thing to show you. You can sit there and add up the math for each month, but if you don't want to do that, so you know your year-to-date profit, so if you pay your taxes every 3 months, you could, catch your January, February, March, and after those 3 months, you'll know how much you made on this page, your year-to-date profit. Okay, so the year-to-date profit is the total of all your pages of your final profit. Let me put 1,000 back here. Just show you an example. All right. So the number here is 22, 24, 11. All right. This adds up. If I take 1,000, 22, 24, 11. If I take 1,000 back out, it should be 12, 24, 11. Now, how did I do that? All right. It adds up the number. Remember, I just copied everything over for each page. Just copied over. Everything's exactly the same. So it's adding up the number in this column for each month. So how did I do that? Okay, I'm just going to explain this while I have it up there. So This is exactly what you want to copy. And the reason, and you should name, you have to name each of your sheets. Okay? You have to name each of the sheets, your worksheets. And I name it with no spaces, make it easy. January 21, Feb 21, March 21, April 21, do 3-letter name, then 21. Next year you do 22 when you make a brand new sheet. All right. I would copy out the whole sheet. I would copy out one worksheet and make a new sheet for 2022 and just erase all the numbers, which before I get to this, I want to let you know that if you ever erase a number, just dash it out. Okay? It will erase the formula. So if you just click it out, it just erases the formula. How do I get the formula back? I just go to the one below it, click it up there, slide it on up. It moves the formula up, just in case you ever erase anything. Of course, if you erase a regular number, you have to type it back in. All right. But if you ever erase a line that has a formula in it, like here, it erases the formula out. All you have to do is drag it back in real quick. All right. The year-to-date profit here, maybe you can see it better when I black it out here. When I scroll it out, equals the sum. All right. Now, see these quotations up here? Do not type the quotations in there. Excel will do that for you. Again, do not type the quotations out there. I did it and Excel did it for me. Scratch what I said. Type it exactly as you see it. Equals the sum of single quotation, first page, January 21, single quote, explanation point, I2. Why are we using I2? That's where the final profit number is. It's the same on every page. That's why you're copying the pages over. All right. I2. Oops. Let me go back. Oops. Okay. All right, I messed that up. Well, we're going to type it out anyway. All right. So we're going to type it out. Hold on. There we go. Just go back. All right. Go over the whole thing. Remember that back button, back button is a savior when you mess stuff up. All right. Or you can always come back to the video, which, by the way, I want to pause to say, please like this video and subscribe if you find it valuable. It's a little bit formula. Once you get the formulas down and once you get everything copied over, you're done. You're done. You really, really don't have to spend money. There's some, like, my Reseller Genie is built on this format, pretty much. That's a $30 or $45 program. It's a pretty good program. It's a one-time fee. But not to say that these guys don't have the right to raise their thing or make a subscription one day or find a way to do that, because anybody who makes a software program, their number one goal is to find a way to make money, because you really can't make a whole lot of money without constant promotion of something if you don't have a subscription fee. All right. They'll find a way. I'm sure they will. A lot of these places do. Or start raising the price. QuickBooks is subscription, everything's subscription, but eventually you may need one of those. If you start selling, if you do 1,000 sales a month, you don't want to be typing on a spreadsheet. You want to get one of these automated systems. All right. Much more automated systems. That's the thing with, the Reseller Genie and everything. It taps into your thing, and you have to do some manual work, but if they find a way to automate that, there's a subscription. Everything can be a subscription. If you sell 5 items a day, 10 items a day, maybe. I mean, if you could sit down and type it out yourself and do your format, just people. I've heard of people using a notebook and writing this down. To me, that's crazy. Writing it down. But that's the way they're used to doing things. So it's not crazy to them. Back to the formula. Equals sum of parentheses, quotation, single quote, January 21 is the name of my first spreadsheet. Single quote, explanation point, I2, comma. Then same thing. You can take that whole thing right here, all right, with the comma. Copy that. There we go. And copy that across. And then just change the month date in there. All right. And then just change the month date. Click on it, highlight it again. I'm going to hold it up there for you to see. All right. So now I'm going to add in April, May, and June. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take right from here to here. No, I want to start at the comma and go to there. Copy, paste. Oh, let me not do it that way. Let me do it here. Paste. January for paste, paste. Okay, and then I'm just going to change the month. I would say, I don't know if it's case sensitive, but I'm going to just not play around and pretend that it is case sensitive. In June. So I hit enter here. Oops. All right, I messed up somewhere here. Oh, June. I also need the quotation and quotation. I think that's all I need. Right. Enter. Nope, there's an error. Let's find out where this error is. B6. Whoops. Back here. All right. Okay. So January 21, February 21, comma, March 21, I2, comma, April 21, May 21, I2, comma, May 21, June 21. Okay, so let's erase this. Let's start over. Equals sum of January 21, explanation point, I2, comma, February 21, let's just do 2 months, explanation point, I2, parentheses, enter. Okay. What I said before was a little wrong. All right. So what we're going to do, don't put in the quotations when you type it out. Let Excel's going to do that for you, the single quotations. So I want to add, all right, March 21, explanation point, I2, comma. And what I'm going to do here is to make my life a little easier. I'm going to go ahead of that. April, May, June. Oh, why is it not taking out the comma? Putting in the commas. Let's erase that. All right. We're going to copy that, including the comma. I want that all there. And I want April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And February, March, we're going to do April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Enter. Now I'm probably going to get an error code of some type. Why is it asking me to save? I'll just put whatever out there. I don't. Wait, hold on. Go that way. Okay. Oh, because I put in these extra codes. Uh-oh. Not found in December. Some of it canceled. All right, there we go. All right, so what it wanted me to do is looking for the extra worksheets. So if you didn't have the worksheet, say you had the worksheet saved somewhere else, you could have installed it. But since the worksheets are not there, it's giving me a ref error. All right, but solve that problem. I'm going to insert. Does it let me do more than one sheet at once? It probably does, but I don't know how. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Slide June back in front of May. I'm going to copy out this whole thing. Copy. Paste. We just want to copy and paste everything in all the sheets there. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. June. Rename July. Oops. Let's do it in the same. July 21. Rename August 21. October 21. November 21. And rename December 21. All right, let's go to the year-to-date profit. Let's click on this. Let's see if we can. Well, first of all, we don't want to have a comma at the very end here. That could have been the reason it was going out. Make sure there's no comma at the end. Enter, and there you have it. All right. Here's your formula all the way across. It's equals sum. Do not put in the quotations in there. Okay, you're just going to put January. You're going to put the name of the worksheet, explanation point, and the column where your total profit's going to be. Now, I did the same here. I believe I did the same here with the rules, conditional formatting, manage rules. I did the red and the blue. You know, go back in the video a little bit if you want to see that. And that's pretty much it. There is a 1-year Excel spreadsheet done for you. Usually I see a lot of guys, YouTubers, put this stuff up, and what happens is they get it. I mentioned this before. You get the spreadsheet, then some kind of weird change is made or something, and then an update, and you have to go back in there, and hopefully they get in touch with you when you contact them that, hey, I need something's wrong with my spreadsheet, and you don't know what's wrong, and they're not willing to help you out of the thousands of people that they do every day. So I'm not going to save this spreadsheet for you to copy. You're going to sit through this video if you really want, And look, I messed up. I put a 0. Now, I'll get back to this in a second. You're going to get down and you're going to do this. Stop the video at certain points and copy it out just like this. That way, if things go wrong, since you created it, even the copying off of me, you'll know how to fix it. For example, right here, I just fooled myself. Look what I did. I hit 0 right here. So I hit the number 0. My formula's gone. It's just a 0 there. So what happens if I put fees of 1,000? It should have a negative. It should have a negative 1,000 here, right? But no, there's no fee. There's nothing there because I hit 0. So all I got to do is come down here, hit the column down. Just drag the column down, drag the formula from the upper or lower. Just drag it up in there if you make a mistake. If you ever go down and you start hitting numbers, that means at some point, you're looking away and you hit a key and it went away. Then your formula went away because you typed a key in there. This is a pretty long video. This is the video, but it gives you an exact, detailed way of helping it. I hope you really found value in this, and subscribe or like. Of course, what I just created, I'm going to use. Actually, like I said, I don't have a whole lot in my store right now. I've got 125 items. I'm still making a couple of sales a day because some of the items that I'm selling are very unique. They're to a very specific niche of people that need this product, and some of the stuff I sell is in that area. So along with clothing, some electronics, I'm about to make some purchases, and of course I'll have some videos reviewing some of these companies where I make purchases from, and of course the sweet unboxings, and along with pricing of what I'm going to be selling them for. So please subscribe to this. This is the start of a brand new channel called DIY Dollar Bills. I am Gary, and I hope you have a wonderful new year. Peace.